พร้อมยัง10 วิสวัสดีครับผมเนติวิทย์โชติพัฒน์ไพศาลนายกสโมสรนิสิตรัฐศาสตร์จุฬานะครับก็วันนี้ก็เป็นอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับเราเจอกันตลอดทั้งปีนี้ที่เราจะนำเสนอซีรีส์โครงการไกลกะลานะครับให้เพื่อนๆนิสิตของเรานะครับบรรดาบุคลากรรวมถึงประชาชนทั่วไปได้เรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับเรื่องราวการต่อสู้นะครับรวมถึงแนวคิดทฤษฎีต่างๆของนักคิดปัญญาชนนักการเมืองนักเคลื่อนไหวทั่วโลกนะครับที่จะมาพูดทำให้เรามองนอกออกไปจากกาลาของเราก็คือประเทศของเราทำให้เราเห็นภาพความเชื่อมโยงของการต่อสู้เพื่อความเป็นธรรมทางสังคมทางสิ่งแวดล้อมทางเศรษฐกิจสิทธิมนุษยชนนะครับซึ่งเราก็หวังว่าจะทำให้พวกเราหลายๆคนเกิดไอเดียเกิดความคิดสร้างสรรค์และนำไปต่อยอดได้นะครับวันนี้คนที่เราจะมาพูดด้วยนะครับเป็นนักการเมืองหญิงชาวกัมพูชาซึ่งเธอมีชื่อเสียงเป็นที่ยอมรับทั่วโลกและก็เคยได้รับการเสนอชื่อเข้าชิงรางวัลโนเบลสาขาสันติภาพด้วยเธอก็คือมูซกฮัวรองหัวหน้าพรรคสงเคราะห์ชาตินะครับหรือว่าพรรคกู้ชาติของกัมพูชานะเป็นรองจากสมรังสีซึ่งผมว่าหลายๆคนน่าจะรู้จักเขาเป็นอย่างดีอยู่แล้วในฐานะนักการเมืองฝ่ายค้านที่ต่อต้านฮุนเซนอย่างที่ว่าสำคัญที่สุดในยุคสมัยนี้เลยมูซกฮัวเองตอนนี้ไม่สามารถเข้ามาที่ประเทศไทยเราได้นะครับเธอพยายามจะเข้ามานะครับเพราะว่าอยู่ใกล้กับกัมพูชามากแต่ว่ารัฐบาลไทยตอนนี้เองเขาเรียกว่ายังไงร่วมมือกับทางกัมพูชาเลยทีเดียวในการที่จะไม่ให้เธอได้เข้ามาล่าสุดเธอก็พยายามนะจะกลับไปที่กัมพูชานะครับเธอถึงขนาดจะลงเลือกตั้งแข่งกับฮุนเซนเลยทีเดียวแต่ว่าเธอพอนั่งสายการบินของสิงคโปร์จะไปถึงเขาก็ไม่ให้เธอไปนะไม่ให้เธอเข้าไปกัมพูชาเลยก็ถูกปฏิเสธส่งตัวกลับนี่คือชะตากรรมชีวิตของนักต่อสู้เพื่อสิทธิมนุษยชนนะครับหลายๆอย่างที่เราเห็นเนี่ยมันคล้ายคลึงกับเราเหมือนกันนะเช่นพรรคการเมืองเนี่ยของเธอเองก็ถูกยุบพรรคนะครับฮุนเซนก็ใช้อำนาจที่ว่าตอนนี้ก็เป็นรัฐบาลที่เป็นเผด็จการอย่างชัดเจนทีเดียววันนี้เราจะได้คุยกับมูซกฮัวในหลากหลายประเด็นนะครับตอนนี้กัมพูชาเองเป็นที่น่าจับตาของทั้งโลกเพราะนอกจากเรื่องเผด็จการยังใกล้ชิดกับจีนนะครับตอนนี้เองแล้วก็มีหลายๆอย่างที่สามารถเปรียบเทียบกับไทยรวมถึงเราก็ไม่แน่นะว่ากัมพูชาเองก็อาจจะเป็นเหมือนที่หลายคนบอกก็คืออาเซียนสปริงหรือเปล่านะครับว่าตอนนี้มีการต่อสู้แล้วในประเทศไทยและที่พม่าต่อไปกัมพูชาคนจะลุกคือขึ้นมาหรือเปล่านะครับผมขอแนะนำตัวเป็นภาษาอังกฤษสั้นๆอีกทีหนึ่งเพราะว่ามีผู้ชมภาษาอังกฤษด้วยนะครับHello, I'm Nativich President of Political Science Student Union, Chulalongkorn University. We welcome you to our series Beyond Boundaries, Season 2. Throughout this year, we will invite speakers around the world, academics, activists, politicians, to talk about the various issues that we have to face as a global citizens.which beyond Thailand, and it is the topics that will unite us to have a better world. So I would like to introduce you to our speaker today. She is a very good friend of mine, Mu Sochua. She was a Cambodian politician, a member and vice president of the Cambodian National Rescue Party.She served as a Minister of Women and Veterans Affairs in Hun Sen coalition. Now she is a very strong critic of Hun Sen, a human rights activist living in exile and try to go back to Cambodia to compete with Hun Sen. She was one of 1,000 women nominated for the Nobel prize for her work against sex trafficking in Cambodia and Thailand. So we are very glad to have Sochua today with us. And this is Supanat Aneknambong or Chui. He is the president of Academic Affairs of our union. He will be a moderator today. So now go Supanat.
Thank you. So welcome Sochua for our session for today. All right. So as Nativit have given us your introduction, I heard that you have served as the Minister of like Women and Veteran Affairs, right? In Hun Sen government, and like people in Thailand might not know about Cambodia politics, and yeah. So I just want you to give just a brief introduction about Cambodia politics and why Hun Sen have to like done the crackdown on the opposition in 2017. What led Hun Sen to do that?
Okay. First of all, Jumdip Su, Sawadika. It is really a pleasure, a privilege, and to be here with you, all of you who are students in Chulalongkorn and in Thailand. The question about politics in Cambodia actually is quite similar to politics in Thailand at this moment, which is that the people of Cambodia want freedom, want human rights, want democracy, want reforms, and want the rule of law. No more dictatorship. And why should I say dictatorship? Because, as you know, you have for sure heard of the name Hun Sen. Hun Sen is a former Khmer Rouge, and you know that the Cambodian people, we talk about our past, recent past, from 1975 to 1979, more than 2 million Cambodian people were killed, massacred by the Khmer Rouge, our own people. It was a genocide by the Khmer Rouge. I lost my parents, I lost my grandparents, I lost many, many relatives. And we are just next door to Thailand. You are from the young generation. You may not know about that past of Cambodia. You were young. But genocide could last forever and ever. And I am very grateful that the union students union in Chulalongkorn is putting this topic today to talk about politics in Cambodia. So after the regime of the Khmer Rouge, the Cambodian people, the factions that were fighting for to get Cambodia back to democracy, many of them went to flee Cambodia and came to Thailand as refugees, actually. As you know, over 250,000 Cambodian refugees from 1975 until almost 1980s were in Thailand as refugees. And I was part of them. I was working for the UN at that time. I was young. I was about 24 or 25. I am now 68 years old. So you know how long I have been struggling, ต่อสู้ for democracy. In 1991, there was an agreement of all the factions in Cambodia to stop the fighting. There was then, with the help of France and Indonesia, there was a conference for peace and an agreement which is called the Paris Peace Accord, signed in 1991 to stop the armed conflicts among Cambodians. From 1991 to 2007, to 2017, there was regular elections. There were oppositions in parliament, still struggling for democracy and for human rights. But there was the presence of a strong opposition, which was my party. I was with the government, the coalition government with Mr. Hun Sen as Minister for Women's Affairs. But I did not want to be in a corrupt regime, a corrupt government, and I left. I say corrupt, not just small corruption, very, very heavy corruption from the top to even the teacher, because it's a culture of corruption, culture of impunity. That's why in opposition, we fight for reforms, we fight for rule of law, we fight for dignity, we fight for human rights. If you live with corruption and impunity, there will never be culture of peace. Since 2017, our party, the Cambodia National Rescue Party, that won 43% of the seats in parliament in 2013, and the same victory in 2017 at local level for commune chief. People wanted to change and voted for change, and that's why Mr. Hun Sen dissolved our party in 2017, so he could get ready for the election in 2018. Then in 2018, there was no opposition whatsoever, and the party of Mr. Hun Sen won all the 125 seats in parliament. So today is a one-party state. The leader, the president of my party, has been arrested the same time as the party was dissolved. All our seats were taken away by the party of Mr. Hun Sen, redistributed for himself, for his own party. 5,000 seats that we had at the local level are now the seats for the party of Mr. Hun Sen. So you can call that pretty much a dictatorship. Yeah, and that's why from outside we are fighting. We are in exile, we are fighting, but we have members inside Cambodia of the opposition party that are being arrested every day, put in jail every day, assaulted every day, men, women, children, youth. In Cambodia, you cannot have even one person to protest in the street. It's very different from Thailand, and that's why we admire the courage of the Thai students, the courage of the Thai youth, as well as today, the courage of the people of Myanmar. Stand up for your right, fight for democracy. The dictators, the military leaders will never give to the people the freedom, the liberty, the dignity that the people deserve.
Oh, so thank you for your answers. And I think it is so similar to Thailand, right? So our Future Forward Party was also dissolved. They have 6 million votes, and yeah, it's gone completely. But yeah, but like in Thailand, so the regime tried to be like democratic in their facade. So like they let us to protest a little bit, but they have done so much violence on the protester. I just want to show you some comments from Cambodian people, but I cannot read, so let you see. Can you see it? Right? What did they say?
They say, "Hello, Your Excellency."
Oh,
The page is called "I Love My Nation."
oh, all right. So
Yeah.
I think there are so many Cambodian people watching us
Yes.
now. So like good evening, everyone. Okay, nice to meet you. All right. Just want to ask you more about your experience. Like why did you become an advocate? What made you become an advocate in human rights and women rights in Cambodia? What did you see at that time at like 1980s or 90s? And then you chose to become a politician. What made you to like decide to become a politician? Why not just remain to be like the NGO or like the advocate on that?
It's a very good question. First of all, and this is exactly what I am saying to the youth today. First, you start with your own value. What do you value in your life? You value dignity. You value freedom. You value a government that you want. In that case, you get involved in social actions. You even cleaning the streets, keep your community clean. Just get involved as young people, and by getting involved, you then know who you are, what you are willing to stand for. Do you allow to have your streets clean? Dirty? Do you allow to have police arrest you? Do you allow to have your government take away the money from the poor? If you do not think it is right, don't just watch Facebook and share and like. Take action. That as a citizen, you have the right. First of all, your own right. If the corrupt officials are cutting the trees, deforesting the forest that are so valuable to the indigenous people, then you don't just sit in Bangkok or in Phnom Penh in the city. You have to be with the people to save the forest, not for you, not for them, but for the nation. Then it starts at the higher level, which is then the nation, from you to the community to the nation. Then you can become activists, you can become human rights defenders, environmentalists. However, if you want to change, really make a change in the laws, make a change in national policy, then this is when and why you choose to be in politics. In politics, doesn't have to be in the political party, but politics by getting involved, organizing, having a strong voice to stand, to oppose, to advocate for change in the law or introduce a law through your members of parliament. You can do that. But if you want to be a member of parliament, if you want to be prime minister, if you want to be a government official, you want to be a minister, then you have to be in a political party. This is when you become a politician with a political party. Then you choose the party who can speak out, who present your values, your dream, your vision, not just any party. And I entered politics that way. As a woman, I came in as a very strong NGO with an NGO background, civil society background. I was leading the peace movement in Cambodia, and then decided that I had to be, not that I wanted to be the prime minister, I wanted to be involved in politics so that I can introduce laws, and then when I was Minister for Women's Affairs, I did draft, I was part of the ministry introduced the domestic violence law, the human trafficking law, and I became very, as a minister, I was able to negotiate with the government of Thailand for the protection of against human trafficking because we share the same border, So this is when political parties are getting involved, gaining seats in an election, run for office. make a difference through elections, and then hopefully you will get to the point where the people will give you the votes, and then you can become prime minister. Be a prime minister that you want to be, not and then serve the people.
Oh, that's an inspiring answer from you. And yeah, I totally agree that like people and like the youth must stand up, like not just share on Facebook and yeah, live your life, but come out and do something for your society. And so I just wanna like have like ask you for more information about your like your work in as when you become the minister, right? The Minister of Women and Veteran Affairs back then. And you know you are in power, and then for now there's a crackdown. And I have read the article on like a website that interviewed you before, and you said about your like your popularity and the Somrangsi popularity in Cambodia. Actually, you said that if you go anywhere, there's gonna be a motorcycle for you, right? So yeah, I think the opposition side in Cambodia is so popular, so famous for people, but why there were not any change in the regime, in the government? What the opposition have done wrong strategically? Can you evaluate or like elaborate more on that?
You know, in 2013, at the election where we won the election, but it was a fraudulent election. So we only got 43% of the votes. We should. So we contested. We refused the result of the elections, and the people came with us. Hundreds and thousands walked the streets with us for a re-election or recount in many constituencies, polling stations. In the street demonstrations from 2013, I believe around September 2013 until January of 2014. So a long time on the streets, hundreds and thousands. It was like a demonstration, your protest in Thailand today, in Myanmar today. The difference for us was that our party, as opposition, we did not want bloodshed because we knew Mr. Hun Sen, there were tanks already in the streets. They brought out the army. And on the 3rd, the 4th of January 2014, the army, special brigade from Mr. Hun Sen killed the workers who joined us for better wages. There was a massacre on the street. That's when because we went through the Khmer Rouge, so many of our people died. So much blood of Cambodian blood on the streets already. We did not want any more blood shed. So we went in for a political negotiation in which then I was arrested. Then I was in jail as well. Short time, a week, but other youth members were in jail for much longer, for almost 4 years. We went for a political negotiation, and we were able to go back in parliament so that we could run for election again in 2018. But then because we became so popular, really popular in Cambodia, anybody in Cambodia know Mr. Samransi, Mr. Kem Sokha, myself, other members of parliament, we are a part of the people. That's why Mr. Hun Sen cannot allow us to go back to Cambodia. That's why Mr. Hun Sen has asked the members, the governments of ASEAN, not to allow us to cross your border. That's why I was not allowed. I cannot go to Thailand now. I used to be able to, but because we wanted to cross to Cambodia from Thailand to face the trial, to go back to Cambodia, it is our right to go back to our nation, our motherland. But Mr. Hun Sen said no, because he knows if we are inside Cambodia, we can organize huge popular protests, and there could be a change. And Mr. Hun Sen is very afraid of this type. And I want to stress that it will be peaceful demonstrations as in Thailand or in Myanmar.
Right. So you have told us about like how Hun Sen told ASEAN not to like interfere with the affair in Cambodia, and he actually asked the ASEAN community not to allow you guys, Somrangsi and you, to enter the country. So I have read the news, and you have attempted to enter Malaysia and even Thailand, and you were sent back actually. And yeah, Prayut Chan-o-cha, our prime minister, just being supportive to the authoritarian regime, and like our Asian community is like the authoritarian community, ironically. I just want to know your opinion on like our regional communities, the ASEAN, what the role they should do on the affairs, the political affairs in the each members country, like in Thailand, in Myanmar, or even in Cambodia, where there's so much abuse on human rights, but ASEAN doesn't do anything, like significantly. So what the role they should do and why they act like this? What do you think about it, the ASEAN?
First of all, we have to read the ASEAN Charter. The ASEAN
Right.
was founded in 1967, and the vision of the 5 founding members of ASEAN, which include Thailand, Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. Indonesia played a big role. Thailand played a very big role in the founding of the ASEAN in 1967. The Charter of ASEAN stipulates, call for, protect the human rights of the peoples of ASEAN. We 650 million citizens of ASEAN. ASEAN should belong to the peoples of ASEAN, and the governments of ASEAN should only represent the will of the peoples of ASEAN. However, because some of the countries, like you have in ASEAN, you have 3 blocks, regimes, governments. You have the communist bloc, which is Vietnam, Laos, right? And you have a one-party state, which is Brunei, now Cambodia. You have a not democratic country, government, semi-democratic, which is Philippines, Malaysia, and where do you put Thailand at this moment? A military regime, a regime that has conducted elections, yes, but manipulated elections. And then you have Myanmar today. And this is how the governments of ASEAN manipulate the power and take their power to represent their peoples at the ASEAN platform. And that is wrong. There should be the peoples of ASEAN, first of all, who have the right, the opportunity, the freedom to choose their own leaders through free, fair, democratic elections. It starts with the elections, not manipulated elections where the military assign themselves 25% of the seats, 30% of the seats. That's not election. Let the people have the voice, the choice. So the Charter of ASEAN starts with dignity of the people, human rights and harmony and stability for ASEAN. There is no harmony, no stability until and unless each member state of ASEAN is a democratic state, which means freedom, human rights, rule of law, justice, and the power of the people to decide and not to have to go to jail, to be killed, to be arrested, to be detained for life. That's not ASEAN that we want, the ASEAN that we want. In this, and that's why from there will be more and more destabilization of ASEAN, as you see in Myanmar today. On top of that, we have to say, we ask peoples, this is the moment for the peoples of ASEAN to stand in solidarity and to speak as the peoples of ASEAN. And to say to the governments of ASEAN, you cannot negotiate for us. Like at this moment, the courage of the people of Myanmar is incredible. They are sacrificing everything so that Myanmar does not, so that there is a recognition of the results of the election in Myanmar on 8 November 2020. They had an election. The military coup should not be accepted by ASEAN because it destabilizes ASEAN. And the word military in the government should not be, the military has nothing to do with in the government, the role of the military. And that's why ASEAN people have to stand in solidarity. And that's why we also do the three finger salute with you. Yes,
Yeah.
with the people of Myanmar, because we are the peoples of ASEAN.
So just as you mentioned about Thailand and Myanmar uprising, there's so many people on the street right now in Thailand and in Myanmar. I just want to know about the current situation in Cambodia. Are there any movements or Cambodian people attempting to form their movement also? So some people have actually mentioned about ASEAN Spring, like Arab Spring. Do you think it will occur actually?
I think in ASEAN, Thailand started first with the protest last year, right?
Right.
Then tomorrow, Cambodia.
Sorry.
I'm back. Tomorrow could be
Okay.
Cambodia. And this is the message from us in exile, in solidarity with Thai people in exile, with Burmese people in exile, with Vietnamese people in exile, to say to our people, first, human rights comes, it will not be given to you as a people by the dictator, by the military leader. You, inside the country, have to organize and have to focus on the issues that you want. Like the farmers have the issues. The lands are taken away, the farms are taken away, given to the Chinese companies. Corrupt officials are cutting the forests. So from community to community, the people should organize. In Cambodia, even villagers who want to defend, protect the forest are not authorized to defend the forest because those forests are already sold to big companies. People are now, I am really happy to hear that there are environmentalists, Cambodian environmentalists, villagers who are starting to say, no, we cannot. You can kill us, but we will continue to protect the land, the forest. This is our forest, the forest of Cambodia. The farmers also now are standing up in small groups. However, Hun Sen is sending his militia, the police, to arrest the people, to intimidate. Even one woman standing, walking alone can be arrested. Now the test is how, and from outside, we keep saying to our people inside, look at the youth in Thailand, look at the youth in Myanmar, look at the civil servants in Myanmar, look at in Thailand. Stand up. If Hun Sen wants to arrest, then arrest the millions of youth. If you go one by one, he will arrest the one who dare stand up, but don't go one by one. That's why solidarity, community solidarity, focusing on issues is very important. But in Cambodia, it is a bit different because, as I said, we have the legacy of the Khmer Rouge, of the genocide. So much of courage, of energy was lost, and we were trying to come up with democracy and rule of law and human rights in the past 20-something years. And then Hun Sen, who is the Khmer Rouge, a member of the Khmer Rouge, was able to stay in power for 35 years. So the world community never was able to get rid of Hun Sen. We went through all the corruption and impunity, the killings. He has always been able to manipulate and to have a facade of democracy for the world community to accept Cambodia as a so-called democratic country. It is not.
Right. So I just wanna look at the global scale. Like, so you have mentioned about China influence in Cambodia. They cut all the tree, they buy lands, and the politicians there are corrupted. And just want to know about the international communities like the Western, the IGOs, and so on, and what, and like before, they have provide some money, so much money actually for the development in Cambodia. And for me personally, I think that's actually funded Hun Sen to be in power. What do you think about that, and what should international communities do to help us, Thailand, Myanmar, and Cambodia? And also, will it work? Will it influential, or just China influence is just stronger nowadays? What do you think?
In Cambodia, as I said in the beginning, there is a Paris Peace Accord, and 18 countries signed as signatories to the Paris Peace Accord that put an end to armed conflict in Cambodia. The Paris Peace Accord still exists today. So the 18 democratic countries, 18 countries that made the commitment to sign to help Cambodia through a peace process still are responsible, have obligations to fulfill, which is with the money, with the assistance, the aid that are given to Cambodia, there should be very strong conditions, human rights conditions, human rights conditions attached to that, to the development aid. There have been some, and the European Union has put a very soft sanctions on Cambodia recently because of the dissolution of the opposition, because of the degradation of human rights and democracy, but that's not enough. The international community now in Myanmar is a little bit different because it is concerned about the presence of China in the whole region. This is where Cambodia and China and Myanmar, and with the heavy presence of China in Cambodia, for us, it is a focus for us to say to the international community in the context of ASEAN as well. Other countries in ASEAN are also concerned about China. So let's put the ASEAN governments in responsible. What is the role of China? Do we want China? We cannot have China as a superpower, and especially with a military presence in Cambodia. Cannot. It totally violates our constitution. It violates the peace process. It also violates the Charter of ASEAN. So this is why the rule in ASEAN, which says that there should not be internal that internal affairs should not be
interfere.
handled by the old country, interfere. That doesn't count because human cross borders, because rule of law is universal, because justice is fair trial. These principles are universal principles. And especially if it is interference by a superpower, then it's no longer interference. It's a question of ASEAN, or the peoples of ASEAN, the stability in ASEAN.
Okay. So I just want to move back to ask you more about your life right now in exile. For me as a Thai people, some people that attempted to live outside or in exile, they might face a danger from the authority here in Thailand. We suspect that, and what is your life condition right now? Are you okay? And do international committees and Cambodians still support you? And how do you plan to get back to Cambodia?
We have up to 1.5 million Cambodians abroad, outside of Cambodia, and they have established strong communities in the United States, in Europe, in Australia, in Japan even, in Korea as migrant workers. And we are all very concerned of the situation in Cambodia. And 70% of the people outside of Cambodia support the opposition. because of our fight, our very active fight to return to Cambodia, to put Cambodia back on the democracy track, and to keep Cambodia as an independent country, the soul of Cambodia. You cannot sell Angkor Wat. You cannot sell the land, the sea, the Mekong, the Tonle Sap rivers. But it is all for sale at this moment to the Chinese, to anybody who can buy, who has the money to buy. I say selling Angkor Wat. Just now, there is a project signed by Hun Sen to allow the Naga Casino to build a super modern 5-star complex, entertainment complex, 500 meters, just 500 meters from the temples of Angkor Wat. Can you imagine that? No. Angkor Wat is a World Heritage protected by UNESCO. When saying to Cambodia, that cannot be done. We have a national looking at it, it cannot be done. But Mr. Hun Sen is hungry, always hungry for money. Wherever there is money, he signs. And this is when I think Cambodian people are not on the streets right now, but there are so many issues that one day we may be in the streets, and we are afraid that if we all come out of the streets, there could be violence, and we don't want that to happen. We want the people to organize, like your protest, your public protest, well organized, with clear demands, with clear strategy, and then leading toward a real conflict resolution. Yeah. So if we talk about the organizing, it is very important, and that's why we continue to learn from outside in exile, like what I'm doing right now, what people are doing right now, is to be in alliance with all of you, inside or outside, and not be afraid of each other. We are brothers, we are sisters, we are family members of ASEAN.
I think at this time it is important to stand in solidarity, and we all brother and sister, all Burmese, all Laos, Cambodians, Thai, Malays, and we need to act collaboratively, exchange information, and someday I think our countries and Yua and Laos, Myanmar will be a democratic country someday. So I think I will move to the next session, which is the Q&A session from our audience. So there's gonna be like people or the audience can type in the comment section on Facebook, and I will show it to you and read it to you, and you can answer on that. Okay. So let me see. Are there any questions? There's so many Cambodian here. I don't know how to like say good evening in Khmer language. Can you teach me?
Say Chamriap Sur.
Okay. Well, I think I think that's okay.
Sok Samai Day.
Oh, Sok Samai Day. Right. Okay. So let's see. So we fight together for clean up dictatorship in Asia. Thank you, Mr. Vanny Matt. Okay. So here, ask about why democracy difficult to process in Asian. That's a big question, actually. Do you have opinion on that? Why so hard for Thailand and our neighbors? Maybe just a brief.
Yes. It may be difficult, but I think this is the beginning of peoples of ASEAN, democrats of ASEAN, using this moment as a moment to listen to the peoples of ASEAN and say to the military, the dictators of ASEAN, the governments of ASEAN who are not listening to their peoples, that they cannot continue to keep ASEAN the same way.
Right. So the next one is this is in Cambodian language. Let me see. I cannot read. You might be able to read. I don't know if it's bad for you. I don't know. He might criticize you or actually I don't know.
He is saying hello to me. It's okay if he criticizes me.
Oh.
That's fine. It's no problem.
Okay. All right. So for the next one. Oh, this one.
It's the
Okay.
same one.
Next one.
It's the same one.
Oh, can you see the next one? I think the problems with Cambodia, you have opposition leaders who do not stand by their people. Any. Oh, what do you think about that? I think he's criticizing you and your friends actually.
That's totally fine. Standing for it is because we stand with the people of Cambodia. That's why we are in exile. We stand with the people in Cambodia. That is why the Hun Sen is putting us on trial for treason. And we will be found guilty, and the prison term will be 15 to 30 years in jail. We want to go back to Cambodia, but Hun Sen will not allow us, and it is unconstitutional that he does not allow us to go back to Cambodia.
Yeah, and that's bad because actually you said that you are ready to face the trial there and they just don't let you to come in. That's, I don't know, that's actually nonsense.
Because they have no evidence whatsoever. How can they, inside, who are opposing, who are criticizing the opposition? Okay, you can criticize us. Okay, if you think that we are not brave enough to be with the people, then what about the people themselves? When you see forests being cut, being sold by the corrupt officials, what are you doing? That's the question to those who want to keep so-called language of Hun Sen, which is stability and peace. What stability? What peace? If 2 million Cambodians now are migrant workers in Thailand, it's because the youth in Cambodia cannot find work inside Cambodia. So they come to Thailand as to find work. Illegal immigrant migrant workers who are deported, who are exploited, who are put in jail. Answer that question to those who are from the same blood, brother. Why is Hun Sen not taking care of the 2 million Cambodians inside Thailand, who many of them are now trying to go back, but because of COVID-19, they cannot go back, and they are not, and the Thai government is not accepting them because they're illegal.
Yeah.
It is a big problem. And it is not right for Malaysian government to deport Burmese migrant workers from Malaysia. Right now, over 1,000 migrant workers from Burma are being deported back to Burma at this moment. This is an ASEAN crisis for migrant workers.
Yeah.
And Thailand is responsible. The members of parliament in Thailand should put that on the table and find a solution to protect migrant workers, whether
Yeah.
at this moment with COVID-19.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree on that. But sadly, in Thailand, there's strong sense of, frankly said, it is some people in Thailand are just racist, and they just, see our comrades, our neighbors as, the not an equal, not the equal people, like. And I'm
Yes.
quite sad on that. And I think this is a big issue, the migrants issue. And for me, in my opinion, I strongly believe that if like Burmese and Thais and Cambodians in Thailand actually act together and actually uprise together, we might
Right.
have some change at least here, and then it will spread to Myanmar. We can help Burmese people and we can help Cambodia, but yeah, I did not see anything like that. We do not collaborate with our comrades. Actually they are in Thailand and they are suffering from our regime too. So right, so there's there's no more questions. So I just wanna ask you more about okay, so like I have some more question. This is actually my research question for my my project in this semester. I I researched about the new media, like social media, in Asian country and how it contributed to their movement. And just want to know about Cambodia. And like in Cambodia, do people use internet regularly, and do they mobilize people on the social media like Facebook or Twitter? Or like actually I have read the news like yesterday, it said about the internet gateway decree from the Hun Sen regime, and I think there's going to be a big censorship here there in Cambodia. Can you give us some insight about that?
There are 16 million people in Cambodia, but there are 20 million people who have subscribed, who have access to internet, who are accessing internet, mainly through Facebook. 70% of our population are under the age of 35, very young population. And one of the reasons why the opposition gained so much popularity is because of the use of Facebook, information through Facebook, everything on Facebook, through Facebook. And that is why Hun Sen is preparing himself for the next election in 2022 and 2023, so he can cut off the information from the people, because he's very afraid of this uprising, of us remaining popular because of the access to internet, and it's quite cheap in Cambodia.
All right. So so thank you for that insight. And yeah, like in Myanmar or in Thailand, there's actually more people registered to the Facebook than the actual population, ironically. And yeah, I think now social media contributed a lot, but at the same time, the regime tried to conduct some information operation to like spread fake news and so on. And this is one of the issues that we have to tackle here at this moment. Okay, so there's a comment from, I think, Cambodian people. Hun Sen open borders if you want put CNRP leaders in jail, but Hun Sen very coward. This is comment from Van Mat. Right, and just don't understand too why Hun Sen is so coward to let you in. Okay, so
That's and
yeah,
a dictator is afraid of his own shadow. He's afraid,
yeah,
And the shadow is the will of the people
yeah,
that he's afraid
absolutely.
of. And we represent the will of the people. We are not afraid. We're willing to go to jail. Put us in jail then. Find us guilty. Give us the evidence that we are traitors. How we sold Cambodia, how we sold the forest of Cambodia, how we sold the Mekong River, how we given the military base to China.
Yeah,
No. Who is in control of Cambodia right now? What are the problems of Cambodia right now? Cambodia remains a country that is so poor that even today is begging for different countries, from India for vaccine for COVID-19, from China for vaccine for COVID-19, and how many billions of development aid we have received for development in Cambodia. And today Cambodia remains as one of the poorest countries in the world, while our natural resources are being
yes,
extracted,
exploited.
exploited. And the rich, the families of Hun Sen, his children, his cronies, the tycoons, some of them have already bought foreign citizenship, so that and then their children go to school in America, in Australia. They have money in the banks in Switzerland, in England, in Australia. They are not afraid to even show their wealth that are stolen from the people. Hun Sen's watch cost $3 million. His watch cost $3 million. He's not afraid to show it.
All right, so time flies, and I think this will be the end of the session. Do you have, I think, just would like you to give us like a short ending speech for us Thai people and for Cambodian people also. So we need to stand in solidarity to fight against dictatorship in these regions. So please.
Thank you again. ขอบคุณมากค่ะ And again, the three finger salute for human rights, for democracy, for rule of law. And to our brothers and sisters in Thailand, let's join together with our brothers and sisters in Myanmar and in other countries in ASEAN to make ASEAN a better place for the peoples of ASEAN. We want dignity for our people. And dignity means we, the peoples of ASEAN, choose our own leaders, can have our dreams for our youth to have equal education, real access to education. And we together can. I am too old now. I'm 60. I'm 68, 69 years old. So my being with you, the youth of ASEAN, is only to say, don't let the old generations continue to make the same mistake. The future of ASEAN belongs to the youth of ASEAN.
All right, so thank you very much for your wonderful insights, experience, and thank you so much. And I hope someday I can talk to you in person in Thailand or even in Cambodia. Yeah, at the time where democracy flourishes in our region. So thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ
May I say, Jayo Lati Prachitapatai. In Thai, it's the same, right? Prachitapatai, right?
Yeah, ประชาธิปไตย yes. All right.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much. Okay. โอเคก็สำหรับวันนี้พอดีเนติวิทย์ก็มีธุระนิดหน่อยนะครับก็เลยต้องโฮสต์เซสชันนี้คนเดียวในครึ่งหลังเนาะก็สำหรับใครนะครับในประเทศไทยที่อยากติดต่อคุณโซชัวเลยก็สามารถติดต่อมาทางเราได้นะครับที่ต้องการจะแลกเปลี่ยนข้อมูลหรือว่าทำกิจกรรมต่างๆนะครับเพราะว่าจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยรัฐเผด็จการในเซาท์อีสต์เอเชียเนี่ยจริงๆแล้วมันก็มีความเชื่อมโยงกันสนับสนุนกันดังนั้นการต่อสู้ของฝ่ายประชาธิปไตยในประเทศต่างๆเนี่ยก็ต้องการเชื่อมโยงกันแล้วก็การต่อสู้ร่วมกันต้องการประดอนภาพระหว่างประเทศทั้งพม่าไทยหรือแม้แต่ลาวหรือว่ากัมพูชานะครับสำหรับวันนี้เซสชันนี้ก็จบลงเพียงเท่านี้นะครับก็ขอบคุณทุกคนที่ติดตามนะครับแล้วก็เจอกันใหม่ในเซสชันต่อไปซึ่งก็จะมีการนะครับรับสมัครทีมที่จะมาเป็นโมเดเลเตอร์ที่จะถามสปีกเกอร์ท่านต่างๆนะครับแล้วก็หรือว่าเป็นทีมที่รีเสิร์ชหรือว่าทีมที่ทำข้อมูลนะครับโปรดติดตามในเพจสโมสรนิสิตรัฐศาสตร์ต่อไปนะครับก็สำหรับวันนี้ก็สวัสดีครับ